guys, I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
And we are
Efecto
Podcast.
Podcast.
Welcome back, guys.
Yes, episode 28.
Episode 28.
And guys, we hope that you can hear us a little more clear. And we hope you appreciate the audio because, as we mentioned last week, it was a bitch to fucking get this shit set up. But
no, it was so bad.
No pasa nada. We're here. It's working.
I'm excited. We're excited because I'm excited for that quality. But yeah, guys, welcome back. And we hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. And then you guys got to know a little bit about how DeSanti started, my whole thought process, and so on. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed that episode.
Yes. And thank you to everyone who shopped. Mm-hmm. You're pretty much sold out.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God to everyone. But yeah, literally pretty much sold out. I'm actually going to go do a little restock on Monday because I have a pop-up. So Angel City Market Thursday.
In Downey.
In Downey, and it's a night market. So I'm going to get a little bit more goodies for them because, yeah, we're pretty much sold out. But yeah, thank you guys for those of you and that person who paid attention to our video. We had said, go comment El Efecto sent us on one of our posts, and she did. So she got a special little discount. But yeah, a few of you used the discount code, so thank you guys.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, so welcome back. I know we say this all the time, but I'm like, oh, episode 28, we're almost at the 30.
I know, which is weird, because I feel like we just did episode 25.
Yeah. It's going by fast, for sure.
Oh, shit.
And our weeks just go by super fast. Like, guys, we're going to catch up, but
it's because we do I said this the minute I graduated school and started working. I remember telling you, like, now that I'm working and literally every day it's kind of the same routine, time just flies by. And I think also, like, not that we lost time, but we kind of lost 3 years because of the pandemic. It's just like, how the fuck
is it
already? Literally, we're in 2023. It's basically August.
Yeah, that's literally that I was thinking.
When I think of August, basically it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, when I think August, the year's over. Like, I don't know if that's just me.
No, yeah, like I was thinking that because I was looking at my calendar and I was like, oh my God, it's already like, I was like, what? Like, yeah, no, it's crazy.
I know, bitch, and you're going to go to Magic.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was looking at my calendar because I feel like we both have a lot of stuff coming up in August. So I was like going
literally every fucking weekend.
Yeah, and then this month too, this month of July, every weekend we had like something, and for the rest of the month we have something. Technically if we count your photo shoot, since not this past weekend but 2 weekends ago. Yeah, and then like we have something this weekend, next weekend, so it's going by so fast.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's also why it goes by fast, because we're busy.
Yeah.
Booked and busy.
Period. But no complaints here.
Yes. And if you can't tell, we're tan.
Yeah.
I feel like Mely has been tan.
Yeah.
I'm finally getting tan because we were at the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
last week.
Yeah, like we've been there a few times. Yeah, and then
twice.
Yeah, and then I go constantly for like a walk, so like that's why. But when we were there, like guys, like everything's tan except for like my stuff that is hidden with my bathing suit. But yeah, and this time around too, I had to switch up my makeup because now usually my legs are tan, but now like everything, my face, everything's tan. But we're golden.
Period. I need one more beach day and I will be
like chef's kiss. Yeah,
my face is tan.
I know. At work, people are like, damn, they're like, Mely, where did you go? They're like, you're at the beach every day, though. I'm like,
no, literally. I know my mom saw my legs. She was like, ay, si te quemaste tus piernas. And I was like, yeah, fine, about fucking time.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
That's on Sunday, guys. So on Sunday when we went to the beach, we got out of the water and I looked at Patty and I was like, yeah, bitch, you're tan.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Bro, so when we're going to catch up, but let's just talk about, we're on the beach. We ended up like half a mile down the fucking ocean because the current was fucking pushing us.
Taking us.
And next thing we know, we turn around and Mely's like, bitch, we got to go back because we're far.
We were very far. I know. I'm like, we didn't even realize it, like, at all.
Yeah, because you don't feel it when you're in there. And then you look and you're like,
We had a
we're
workout
far.
for sure. I was starving after, and we got some sushi, so it was
yeah,
nice.
it was bomb.
Yeah, we had a little. Yeah, it was fun. And
Yeah,
then,
that was the day the Mexico one.
I know. And then, guys, Patty bought some beach chairs, so we were like official. Like,
Oh my gosh, I got Tommy Bahama beach chairs from Marshalls. If you know, the plug. They were marked down, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get them." I've been telling her since the beginning, like, I'm gonna buy them. Finally bought them, and they're the ones that are like a little backpack. So we looked legit.
Yeah.
Like, we're already legit beachgoers, but our whole setup just gets
Like,
bigger
it
and
was-
bigger
yeah.
every year.
And we were like, okay, next year we already know
yeah,
what we're gonna get.
Like, little,
yeah.
canopy tent thing.
And then Patty had her like
My
Benito,
bucket hat.
yeah, like her Benito bucket hat. So it was like everything. But point like also, so because we're just getting familiar with these chairs, we're trying to figure out how to position them.
Oh yeah, cause I saw. So when I just opened them and I opened Mely's and I was like, oh shit, like I opened hers a little more. I was like, let me see if I could do mine. I couldn't. Whatever. So we're sitting there and everyone at the beach has these.
Yeah.
And I see someone. I'm like, no, there's definitely a way where you could lay
Like,
back
yeah.
a little bit. So I'm like messing with it. I look it up and I go, oh, okay. All you do is you lift it up, boom, boom, boom. So I did it, and then Mely.
Yeah, no, and when she was doing that, I was like, bitch, next thing you know, she's going to go all the way back. So then she's like, oh, look, try and do it. Well, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And I did it, guys. Like, of course, I freaking literally go all the way back.
It's because, bitch, you just picked it up.
I know.
You didn't even try to, like, adjust. You just went, whoop.
I picked it up, and then because I didn't, my dumbass didn't think of just closing it back down. So I picked it up, it was going, and then it was still, like, not locked. So then I went back, and then
Dude, she literally, like, if Mely was like this, she ended up like this. And we were just fucking laughing. Like, she was just there laughing.
I couldn't
And,
get
like,
back up.
Yeah, we couldn't. It took a minute.
I looked like Shawty Bay in that TikTok video. That's exactly how I looked. Yeah, literally. But yeah, guys, no, I just thought it was funny right now. I remembered that.
I forgot about the beach chairs in the back of the car.
Yeah, but besides that, yeah, guys, we had a beach day, and then how was your week?
I'm like,
You're like,
busy, but it was good. But it was very, very busy because there's some change. I've mentioned this, like, happening at work. So there's just a lot that we have to kind of jam pack in a short amount of time. So yeah, this week was like my first taste of like what my career is going to be like. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, it was a lot, but it was fun. It was good. And then today I was supposed to have a meeting in Simi Valley, and I'm very punctual. That's one thing about me. Like, I take forever to get ready, but if I need to be somewhere at a certain time, I'm on time. I'm early. Because if you are not 15, in my mind, if I'm not 15 minutes early, I'm late. Like, being on time to me, I can't. I have to be early. So, whatever, I put it in my GPS, and I thought it was interesting that when I got on the freeway, it immediately told me to get off on the street, and I was like, oh, maybe just like a shortcut. And then I got back on the 405 near, like on Jefferson near the Fox Hills. And I was like, what the fuck? Bitch, when I got on the freeway, I looked back, the freeway was empty.
Oh.
Empty.
And you're like,
all
the 405.
All the way, like, past Howard Hughes, like, by, like, La Tijera, that exit for Boyas.
Yeah.
Empty. And I go, what the fuck? So then I checked my phone because I was going with two other coworkers, and one of them lives in Redondo, and he was like, I'm parked. He was like, the 405 is shut down. He's like, I don't think I'm going to make it. So there was an accident. So that's why I was like, oh, shit. So whatever. I'm on my way. I'm, like, almost at where I need to be. And then something tells me, look at your work phone. And I see a text, and I keep getting, and, like, my personal phone is connected to my car. I keep getting a fucking call from New York.
Oh.
And, bitch, I don't answer phone calls if I don't
yeah.
know. And I was like, the fuck? I look at my phone, and one of my coworkers says, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Like, I've been trying to call you. So then I call her back, and she's like, hi. She's like, so there's no way for us to get out there because, like, the freeway's closed, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're going to switch the meeting to, like, a Teams call. So I was like, okay. I was like, the good thing is I wasn't all the way there yet. But I was like halfway.
Yeah.
So, bitch, I literally called Lisette. I thought so fast. Because the meeting, they moved it to 10:30, and I was like, I wasn't going to make it home.
Yeah.
Called Lisette, and I was like, you guys home? She's like, yeah. I was like, I need to take a call. She's like, yeah, come over. I literally got there, answered a couple emails. I was on my call for, like, an hour, and then I was basically done with my day.
Period. But still, you're like, oh, I
I
have
literally
to go.
was like, the gas. No, but
Yeah.
the drive was nice. I think also because I didn't have traffic.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the fact that you said you look back, I'm like, for
Bitch,
the
it
405,
was-
not to be like that.
And, like, bitch,
Oh my
no
God, guys,
cars.
hold on.
It was no cars.
But yeah, I know the fact that the 405 was empty, like, you know, it was a bad accident.
Yeah, my coworker, he was like, I looked it up because I was curious. Apparently, there was like 2 cars crashed, and I believe the cars caught on fire,
Oh,
or one of
shit.
them. But one of the drivers that hit the other car, he like jumped over the cement like divider and started running. So it was like a hit and run.
Oh, shit.
So not only were like traffic was stopped, there was an accident. They literally were searching for the guy, and then also they were like trying to get fire trucks in.
Yeah, to like stop that.
Yeah,
Damn.
I know. So it was sad. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I hope whoever was in the car, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, like
Yeah.
Shady Bay says.
It was sad, but yeah, that was pretty much work. What about you?
Literally, it was like, guys, I think because it went by so fast because of that. It was just so busy. And then not only was I busy at work, I was busy, like, at home, you know? So I'm not going to lie, it was hard. Like, I was trying to get back into it, and then, I got busy with work, and then the first when was it? On Tuesday, I got home pretty late, and then I had to do orders. I didn't make the cutoff time for the post office. The next day, the post office, for some reason, was closed. I couldn't make it to a different post office.
Shit.
Yeah, so, and, I couldn't make it to a different one because work, so I would go when I had, a chance. So it was hard to just get back on it, and then I had a few deliveries. So, I mean, I'm so grateful for all of it, of course, but it was, a little tough. But, yeah, besides that, I mean, I did have a cute little, date night with one of, our friends. That was super nice. I hadn't seen her in forever, so it was nice to catch up. It's always a good time with her. Oh my God, I'm remembering something that I have to tell you after.
Oh God.
But yeah, that was super fun, nice. And then, I did have a facial this week as well because I had rescheduled it because.
Oh yeah, when you couldn't go.
Well, earlier in the week, I had it for earlier in the week, Monday, but it was it was too crazy. So then I rescheduled it, so I had it on Wednesday, so it was super nice. It's been a while, so I did that, and then so I still incorporated some self-care stuff in there, and then that's pretty much my week. And then my parents were out of town, first not for something enjoyable, but they were out of town, so it was nice to just have the house to myself, be on my own for a little bit.
That's the best thing ever.
So it was
I love being by myself.
Yeah, literally it was so nice to just have that, and then just get everything that I had to get done, without having to worry about do this, do that. It was just
it was on your own time.
Yes.
And I think also a big thing that it's an adjustment because you're getting back, like you said, you're getting back into your business. But now, truly, I feel like we talk about this all the time, and I feel like I constantly say this, but it's you truly have to prioritize and organize your life, and you can get it done. If anyone can get it done, Mely can get it done, but you just have to be strategic with it and set your. The fuck is that? It was
like a feather, probably.
No, it looked like a pelo from the pillow.
Yeah, but that's literally I just had to kind of get that together. Now I got a taste of how my days are gonna look. So I was okay, do this, do that, and then but today was crazy because I didn't think it was gonna be hectic, and at 7 a.m. shit went crazy. It just got wild. So but got it done. Team got it done. It's just there's a lot going on right now too in the retail world and the industry that I'm in overall. So that's why we've been so busy too. It's just a lot of unknown and a lot of things happening that we just have to jump on. So it's been a little hectic, but nothing that I'm not really enjoying. It's been good for my, for my learning, my development, for just me overall. But yeah, like, guys, talking about alone time. But yeah, that's something that I just wanted to bring on here, like, and just like wanted us to talk about. But like during these past 2 days, literally, well, almost three, I was just like, I haven't gotten much alone time since I moved back from school. Like, honestly, it's been rare. I was
Oh
so used
God.
to, yeah, I
Oh
was so
shit.
used to being on my own, like fully on my own. And now it's like I'm not really alone. Yeah, I like leave here and there. But when I'm home, like, it's super different. It's do this, do that. Let's go here, let's go that. Like, yeah, I just kind of have to like plan my days around that. So, oh, guys, it just felt so nice. And it just made me realize, like, I'm like, oh my God, like, I needed this. And it's just something that for like your mental health and just overall. So, it's just something that I wanted to talk about since that just made me realize how important it is and that you should definitely take some time to yourself and then just kind of how that looks for you. And then I know for me personally, over the past few, I guess this year, honestly, because of last year, like the experience, like the stuff that I was going through, that was something that I kind of did. Like, separating myself, like alone time, guys, could look very different, but for me this one was like separating myself from like certain like groups or people, and then just enjoying that time to yourself, whether, again, just relationships, toxic environments, not just like, I guess home too. But yeah, I think just, how does that, I don't know, I want to know what you guys think about that and what you do to enjoy your time alone. I know you like being
Oh,
on your
bitch.
own a lot.
Alone time is nothing new. I feel like, if anything, I've always encouraged that,
Hmm.
especially like when you came back,
Yeah.
because it is an adjustment when you, especially because our family dynamic is very different.
I was gonna say that,
Your
yeah.
family dynamic is like you guys have to, a huevo are always together. It's
Mhm.
like a codependency with like
Mhm.
at least your mom,
Yeah.
because she can't be alone. On ours, like I'm so used to being by myself. Like when I was
Yeah.
in school, my mom was always working, my dad was always working, so I
Mhm.
truly was by myself all the time, and I love being by myself. And also, like, when we're at home, I'm not really with my parents. Like, I'm
Mhm.
in my only space, like my safe space at home is my room. Like,
Mhm.
that's it. Like, when I'm at home, I'm in my room. I rarely step out of my room unless I'm leaving. Literally, that's like it. But yeah, I love being by myself. I don't know. I'm also an introvert. People are probably like, "What the fuck?" So there's a misconception with like what introvert and extrovert means. It's not so much like your personality. It's more so how you like energize yourself. And I get my energy from myself versus other people. Like, being around people truly like exhausts me. Like, if I'm out somewhere and I'm having like if I could have the best time ever, the next day I'm gonna be exhausted. So that's
Mhm.
why I always like being by myself. But yeah, whether it's just like having a lazy day and like watching movie. I love watching movies. Like, that's like a what's it, like a comfort thing for me.
Mhm.
So I will like watch movies. Reading. I got back into reading. Um, Literally just chilling. Or what I'll do is like, if I want to be alone but like not at home, because sometimes even though I'm alone in my room, I need to get out.
Mhm.
I'll just go to the gym.
I was gonna say that I feel like the gym has become also, like, obviously it's like one of your safe places, but that's like somewhere you could
Yeah,
be
because
alone.
I could literally like get out of the house because
Mhm.
I need to get out of the house a lot.
And I will say that's something that, thank God, like, I mean, you guys know I'm obsessed with my dog, but getting Kane, like, that's something that has also helped me because I can go on my walks alone with my dog, and
Hmm.
it's just like the best thing ever. And Patty just mentioned, our family dynamic is very different. My dad works a lot, so even when he's not here or whatever, it's just me and my mom. When he's here, sometimes I do want to spend time with him because I never like really see him. So with my mom, it's just different. So it's just like, she constantly like wants to be with me. Everything, I'm getting asked questions if I go somewhere alone. Like, why are you going alone? And some of her, like, it's funny because some of her sisters even have questioned that, but because it's just like our relation. Yeah, that's just how we've like grown up. So now that I've kind of like, you know, I have Kane and I'm like, oh, I just need my alone time. Like, it's like finally there. And it's just, I think it's just taught me so much about myself. And even when I was away, like just being independent is just something that it just teaches you again a lot about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, what you want, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
think that's
crazy.
why I'm very big on like I am who I am. Like what I like is what I like. What I believe is what I believe. My values, I stick to them. And I think it's because I've spent so much time alone and really sat and thought about it and have exposed myself or have or what's the word you mentioned, like you would separate yourself from certain like groups and whatnot. Like I have chosen to stick with the people that are currently in my life, and it's people that are adding value to my life, not necessarily like physically giving me something, but it's like in some way it's whether like I'm enlightened when I'm
Yeah.
around them. I don't feel like um they're like expecting the most from
From
me,
you.
or like if I don't feel like a burden when I'm with them. Like I don't have to feel like I'm on 24/7, cuz then that's when I'm like, oh, I got to mentally prepare, like
Yeah.
fuck, I have to be on like tomorrow, bitch, I have to be on.
Yeah, because it's yeah. I know, literally, it's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be a
alcohol, the
fun
drinks
time.
are gonna start. I'm gonna chug a buzzball before, bitch, and I'm gonna have one fucking waiting for you, bitch. So don't fucking worry.
Please.
But yeah, I feel like it is super important, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I love being alone,
Yeah.
and I think also like because I was naturally always alone, I would just like go do things. I remember the first time I told you, and I was like, bitch, I was like, I just want to go have lunch by myself. And you're like, that gives me anxiety. But this is when I was in college and you weren't in college yet. And then I remember the first time you did it, you're
Yeah.
like, bitch. And
I
I go,
loved
how
it.
was it? You're like, I loved it. I go, you
Yeah.
see?
Yeah, and I do that now. Like go to the coffee
Oh,
shops
yeah, me too.
alone. I like
I'll
go
sit at
like
the
to happy
bar
hour. Yeah.
to get like
The
lunch or some
oh
shit.
my god, guys! The other day I went to happy hour by myself. So I went to go do this whole thing, and in my head I was like, oh okay, I needed to break a bill right to get coffee. There is a tequila bar next door, a tequila house, whatever. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get lunch and I'm gonna you know get a drink or whatever, and I'm gonna break the bill so that I could go to the coffee shop right after. Guys, I didn't end up paying for my meal or my drink, so I never broke the bill. So I never got the coffee. But I just right now that it's just funny that I brought that up. But even yeah, like that was like super nice because I had a blah, 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 genuinely good conversation with someone. He was an older guy, nothing creepy, nothing
Yeah.
at all. He was from that area. He turns out to be a contractor. And he was telling me his life story. It's crazy,
Aw.
but his best friend married the daughter of the family that owns Tapatio.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So and like he was just telling me all this stuff. He does a lot of work for like celebrities, for a lot of hockey players. He's like, "Are you looking for someone?" And I was like, "No, I'm just like whatever."
Bitch, you were like, yes.
And then afterwards, he was like, "Well, he's like, you should look for." He's like, if you want to date anyone, date a hockey player. Trust me. And I was like, "Well, do you have any that I should that you
You're
could
like, who should I
introduce
look
me
up?
to?" Yeah. And then he was like, "Well, all of the LA Kings," and I was like, "Shit." But yeah, I'm like, "Oh, I could never." But he was like, "What do you mean?" But yeah, like I got his
This is
card. Literally, I got his card, and he was like, you know, like, oh, like if you need anything, like here's my card, like reach out to me. And I was like looking up his businesses and stuff, and I was like, okay, like this is. It was just so interesting.
It's crazy how so many, like, you would never know who the fuck is sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're alone, it's really easy sticking to the topic of like eating out by yourself or something to kind of just like be on your phone
Yeah.
because you're like paranoid. But if you genuinely like are just there, you can meet some interesting
Yeah,
people.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Period.
Yeah, but no, for sure. Like yeah, like Patty said, I remember that first time I went out alone, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was it's a new place, a new city, but I was like, oh, I could finally do this because before, who was gonna let me do that? No one. So I was like, oh my gosh, I could finally do this. And it was just like the best thing. But sometimes I think to myself, and I know I was like, just like, do you think that's ever like impacted like any future relationships of yours? Like just loving like being independent.
Oh,
or anything like
100%.
that?
Because I already have a low tolerance for bullshit, and I feel like it's because I've been by myself for so long. And I think it's because I know myself and I'm secure in myself. So I'm very quick to like, no. Like if I don't think it's gonna add value to me in any way, whether it's emotionally, physically, I'm like not even gonna bother because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm at the point where like people are like, oh well, there sometimes if it's like an experience where maybe I can learn something, okay, but if it's something just like extra, I'm like, I'll pick and choose. Yeah, I basically like I guess that kind of answers the question. It for sure has impacted it just because I don't know. I feel like I like being alone. Obviously, like eventually I'd want to find someone, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just not interested in people. If that sounds so bad, but I'm just like there's so many people where I'm
Yeah.
like I've said this so many times. If you cannot stimulate my mind, baby boy, you ain't gonna stimulate nothing else. Like
Period.
I feel like that's like my most important thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just gonna do something just to do something.
Yeah. I know. I think for me, um, now it has definitely affected certain relationships because in the past, like, it hasn't, but now it's definitely affected my relationships with friends. Um, but yeah, like I think about that, but I'm like honestly, like I'm like I don't care. Like there's times where I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm like because I'm generally like I love it and it's what's making me happy right now. And if you don't respect that
part.
yeah, and it's like if you don't respect that, then okay, maybe it's better that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think about that sometimes too because like right now, like we've talked about this, but I went on these dates, whatever, and honestly, like now too, I'm like I'm back to just like like I don't want to
no.
yeah, like
I'm
no.
like, oh no.
And it's not even like that, but it's just kind of like I'm like oh like I don't know I generally like I am the same. I enjoy being on my own, but again, it goes back to maybe because we know what we want. I don't know. I know exactly what I'm looking for and what I want.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I don't think that's in LA. I don't think that's here. I don't know where it is, but
I already told you where mine is.
yeah, I'm like definitely not, I'm like it's not here because yeah, like I'm like
I
guys,
think
I
also,
don't know.
and I've told you this. I think I bitch. I feel like I've told you this forever, but for so long, I feel like you would to kind of keep the peace, just kind of be like whatever and put whatever you wanted aside. And again, for the first time, you're finally like, no, I'm not doing this for you. Like I don't really care. I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the benefit of it. Now you're like craving it, and now you prioritize that, and you prioritize you, like your walks with Kane, or like even things where like if you're going through something at home, and then you're like, I'm fucking going for a drive, like bye.
Because it's like that's the only way, and like yeah, that's just again like I guess going back to like what it's taught me that like it's like being on your own, like we always say like just loving yourself, that has helped me with that just because I'm prioritizing myself.
Yeah, I think being alone and taking time to like sit with your thoughts, learn, truly understand who you are, why the way you are, is a form of self love, because we've said this multiple times. To quote Kaylani, because can't nobody love nobody that do not love themselves.
Exactly.
And I'm a big believer in that, because I just think if you are not self-aware and like love yourself enough, there's so many things that like it's gonna get in the way of you achieving certain goals. 100% it got in the way of when I've mentioned like I stepped down from work. Like the reason I couldn't move forward at that point in time was just because a lot of shit that I never ever dealt with. Ever. And then until I was forced to. And then I kind of like reset, and now I'm like light years ahead of where I would have been.
And and like it's well, to you, like those of you like listening, like it's okay if you generally like don't like being on your own, like that's totally fine, being alone. But we like just for us personally, like the benefit and what taking time alone and just for yourself has just been so good to us. So if you haven't done that, or if you're like thinking, just honestly just any day with like just as a form of self-care.
Yeah,
like, just
I would say it's if you are not the type to like want to be by yourself, it's not a bad thing. But I will say I think it's a balance because
Yeah.
I don't think any extreme is good. I don't think constantly always wanting to be. I feel like there's a lot of it's like trauma on both ends of the spectrum, and I think that's also why I love to be alone, because I don't trust people.
Yeah, the part.
She said that part. I don't. So like I'd rather like just not deal with them.
Yeah.
But I also feel, gonna use your mom as an example, that's another extreme of codependency.
Yeah.
Like the if you cannot be alone, function, do simple tasks. Like if you cannot go run an errand by yourself, then I feel like maybe they're like you just have to practice
Yeah.
that because it is awkward at first.
Yeah. And I think, like, those who don't like being alone might even say that about us,
Yeah.
because I've been told, like, well, then clearly you have an issue because you don't let anyone in. But I guess, okay, yeah, maybe that's an issue, like, because we don't trust anyone. So, yeah, I guess there's a balance that goes, like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's a spectrum. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing is black and white. It's definitely we live in the gray 100%.
Yeah.
But I do like being alone.
Yeah.
Like there have been times where before, like maybe a couple years ago, Mely would be like, "Oh, like we're gonna do this. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Stay home, sleep,
Yeah.
like literally do nothing."
Yeah.
And then I do get FOMO sometimes, but then I'm like after I'm like, actually, I'm glad I didn't go because
Yeah.
if I would have gone, I would not have enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
at all.
especially in that moment, if you're not in that mood and then you're just going
Yeah.
to go, like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I say that from, like, experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, like, it was just something that I was, like, thinking about. But, no, yeah, I love it. It's taught me so much about myself, and it's just nice. It's nice to be alone. And then what are, like, I mean, I think we've talked about this, but, like, what are some things that you do, like, just on your alone, like, on your alone time?
I run errands, so like you should be very proud of me. I did another Amazon return today.
Oh my gosh.
Because I don't do return.
No, guys, she sucks at returns.
I literally have I don't know how much money like just sitting in my closet of shit that like I've ordered and just never returned. But Amazon makes it so easy because I just go to the Whole Foods right there. But I'll do that, and thankfully like for my job, part of my job, like I have to go out and do certain things. So like when I'm doing that thing, I'll like, oh, let me stop in here, let me go shop. Like I'll literally go to Home Goods or like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Target, and just walk
Yeah.
around. Literally there's sometimes where like if I genuinely don't have anything to do, I'll just walk around and literally just kill time. I'll literally walk every fucking aisle. And like I don't know if I'm the only one. I feel like you do this.
Yeah.
I don't think we're the only ones, but like just like looking at like home stuff and like, oh my gosh, when we move out, like what's the vibe gonna be? This would be cute, that's cute, just to like see. So like that, returns, the gym,
Yeah.
just going for a drive sometimes or scheduling. I feel like keeping myself busy, and I feel like us doing the podcast also keeps me busy.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's time where like we're just like focused on doing this.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think literally the same. I'm like, I'll run errands, but it's just for me to go do stuff, and like I don't really have much to like get, but it's just like, yeah, like going places. My walks, just my walks with Kane. That's honestly like the main thing. At least if not every day, like maybe 5 times a week. And then lately, I've just go to the back. I go to my backyard, and I guess because, like, Kane, I turn on, like, we have, like, string lights. Turn on the string lights. I put some music, and I'm just chilling in the backyard. And I'm, like, I already know, like, no one in my family likes being back there except for my dad. But he gets home super late. So by the time he gets home, I'm in, shower, go to sleep. So I, like, noticed that yesterday I was sitting there again, and I was like, oh, my God. I've been here every day for the past, like, maybe, like, I don't know, for the past few months. Like,
I feel like you were always outside though, because I remember before you would be in like the front.
It. Yeah, I would go to the front or when I was like working, but like lately in the back, and I just like I enjoy it so much. Yeah. I just like getting like the fresh air, and if I'm not in my room, like I think just going outside, I'm like, okay, I get like my like I just get my feeling of wanting to be out.
Yeah,
out, like
no,
I don't know.
I feel like
makes sense.
that 100% makes sense. I think that's another reason why, like, when you say, like, errands, because if I want to get, again, I mentioned, like, the only space in my home is my room. So
Yeah.
like you will be in the living room. Bitch, I will not go in my living room. The fuck?
Yeah.
Um I will, if I like want to get out, I'm going to the gym or I'm going to do something productive, or like sometimes I'll just go what's it called? I'll like get like food and I'll like find somewhere to park.
Spot.
I'll go to the beach and just like park. I'll eat in my
Yeah.
car, I'll read. That's something that I really enjoy doing. Like I'll just literally, thankfully we live so close to the beach.
Yeah, I
I
know.
literally will just park at the beach, sit in my car, windows down, watch the sun and the waves, eat, chill. I'll be on my phone
Yeah.
and just vibe.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday, I was here, and then I was like, I'm gonna go walk Kane because I was already looking forward to like my walk, and he was kind of like, Mom, come on. That's what we did. Like we went to Starbucks. I got him a puppuccino. I got myself. I hadn't had a frap in forever. I got myself a frap, and then just went straight to the beach. Had a walk. And then on the way back, I was just like, should I go watch the sunset from a different area? So I just grabbed him, watched the sunset from a different area, and then we did another little walk, and it was like in a new little spot. But yeah, like I just, yeah, literally just whatever you want to do, just do it.
Yeah. Whether it's like, whatever your hobby is, like make sure you carve out
Yeah.
time. The one thing I wish I was able to do that unfortunately I'm not able because of work and just my schedule is going back to dance. That's like the one
Yeah.
thing, like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like there's days where I'm at the office and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Like by the time with all the traffic, I'm gonna get there when it's over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ugh, it makes me sad.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I've definitely also like prioritized like with office days. Um when we come back, it's late. Like I get home sometimes at 7:30, but me just having in my mind like I'm still going to do this today like for me, because I'm not like, and it does like generally it fucks up my day if I don't do that, and I have my like I get like super like I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep, and then I wake up like so like groggy and just like
Yeah.
ugh. Like
So that's why I have to do the gym in the morning, because if I get home late, I'm not gonna stay up because then I'm only gonna get 3 hours of sleep.
yeah.
So for me, it's like, and I'm a morning person. Like, I'm not, when I say morning person, I'm productive in the morning. I'd much rather wake up really, really early to start my day and get shit done so I could finish at a reasonable time. And I don't know, I enjoy the mornings, like
Yeah.
the stillness of the morning. I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I get it. 'Cause I'm
I
like,
love it.
I love, like, I'm like, I love mornings when I'm like, when every day, like, during the week, I'm good. And, like, it just, when I plan my day in the mornings, too, like, it's just so, like, I don't know. You just have the whole day ahead of you, and it just feels so nice. Like, there was a while I was taking Kane on walks in the mornings, too, because of the same thing, because it does take a lot of, like, my day sometimes. And I'm like, I did it in the morning, and it's just so nice. Like, how you just, like, you wake up, you do it, and then it's just like you shower, whatever, and you have the whole day ahead of you, and then you're like, all right, like,
Well,
what's
there's
next,
like
you know?
studies that prove that waking up before a certain time, I think it's like if you work out before 5 a.m., there's more health benefits than if you do it at any
night,
other
yeah.
time. And it's also a great way to start your day. So, like, something that I kind of like, it makes me feel good when I show up for myself.
Yeah.
When I'm at the gym at fucking 3 in the morning and I'm leaving, and I'm like, I look at the time, I'm like, damn, I already got a workout in when fucking people are barely waking up or not even
Still
awake
snoring.
yet. Literally. Or like Wall Street has already been up. I'm up at the same time they are.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Just find whatever works for you. If you like doing things at night, carve out at night. Even if it's a night routine.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see a lot of that too. Like people just doing everything that I guess you would do in the morning, they kind of do it
Yeah.
at nighttime, you know, and then they just kind of go about their day differently. But yeah, whatever works for you. But yeah, just this week that I like had that time to myself, I was like, damn, it's been a while. So it was just it was nice.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
so nice
like,
to have
I
that.
feel like I get that time all the time.
Yeah.
So like if I feel like if I didn't, I would be like, oh my God, like I need to be alone. Like
Yeah.
I would crave it. So I can imagine you like
Yeah.
never being able to be
Yeah.
alone.
Again, literally, like, just, like, when I do my stuff, so it's, like, just to actually, like, just for almost 3 days with
Like
nothing.
like no one like bitching at you, you
Mhm.
being able to get up when you want,
When I want,
do
yeah.
things when you want. Like if you have a to-do list,
Yeah.
because I feel like sometimes like if you have it, you say, oh, I'm gonna do this.
And then I
When are you
can't.
going? What time are you going? You're gonna go that late, blah blah. You can do things at your own pace.
I guess also just, like, what are some lessons that you've learned from, like, being on your own or
I
being
feel
alone?
like we literally talked about them already. Like you like learning about yourself. Like okay, why do I like to be alone? Why don't I like being around certain people? Oh, I don't like you just I learned a lot about myself, what I like, what I don't like, what my triggers are, where my anxiety kicks in, where it doesn't kick in, type of thing. And I try to just like limit what causes my anxiety and do more of what doesn't. But also I feel like I've proven a lot to myself, like what I can do just by being alone. Whether it's the fact that I'm still going to the gym, like that now it's like part of my everyday routine. Like I honestly don't like when I first started, I don't even know if I thought I would even stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, now that I think about it, I think, yeah, one of the biggest lessons that I guess I've learned, because I mean, I'm an only child, so you would expect, like, oh, okay, you're always alone. But again, like, the family dynamic that I'm in, they're like, it's like super close or whatever. So I think that's one of the main things. That's like it's okay to be alone. Like, and like that's one of the main things. And like, I'm like, you're good. It's okay to be alone, and I've loved it. And I think that I learned that when I was in San Francisco, but I think it was a little bit different because I had my roommate that I grew up with, and we were constantly together. So even for both of us, like, because we knew each other, we were our comfort space. So sometimes when we didn't want to go to places alone, we were going together. Or she'll be like, bitch, come with me after work because I don't want to go alone. Or like, me too will be like, damn. Or we'll both kind of think about it like, oh, like Mely's going to go to work. How are we going to do it? Even when it came to like going out to like social events, parties, like whatever, like, because, sometimes it could be scary. Like, but yeah, like it was just kind of like, yeah, like, I guess relying on someone. So this year I was just like, whatever, like it's fine. So it's just taught me a lot about that. So I guess that's one of the biggest lessons. Like, it's okay to be on your own. You don't need someone. Like, as long as you have yourself and you're good with yourself, then that at the moment that is what I'm prioritizing, and that's what's making me happy. Again, in the future, I don't know, maybe there will be someone. I hope there is, but at the moment, like, that's just one of the main things I've learned. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. And I feel like regardless, even if you do when you find someone, I don't think you wanting to be alone is necessarily like has to go away.
Yeah.
I feel like again, this is when we say being alone, like again, it can mean a bunch of different things. We're not saying like forever alone, but truly like you need to be comfortable with yourself in your own space on your own to understand yourself. So like in the future if and when I find someone, I feel like I'm still gonna crave alone time because, bitch, even with each other, we love each other, but there are times where like,
yeah,
okay, today's not the day, and then
1,000%.
but bitch, it's literally like the max 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because but then we'll be like, okay, bitch,
Yeah,
where have you been?
And generally, like, there's days where we're just so crazy that, like, our days are crazy that you need that alone time afterwards. Because, again, with our job, like, what we do, we're, like, yeah, and we're... go. And we're also around people sometimes. So even though it's different, yeah.
Even if you're not physically,
it's your...
calls,
everything.
Bitch.
Call, emails, text messages, Teams, like, I think, everything.
Okay, let's get into that because I feel like a lot of people think, like, oh, you're not doing physical labor.
No, the immense bitch up here.
Yeah, and I think that's something that like my parents.
SpongeBob.
No, literally, bitch. Where is it?
Yeah.
Like that, my parents like, but I think my mom gets it now because she has to be on at her job. But like my dad, is like, well, what are you tired of, Bubba? You're on a computer all day. I'm like, you don't understand. Like I need to be on. Yeah. It's exhausting. Yeah. And I remember in my previous role when I was training, bitch, I remember telling you like, bitch, again. It was like 3-4 months and I was constantly training new people. I was drained. I broke down. I literally told my manager, I was like, no more, please. I'm like, I am begging you. I was like, I've had it. Like, I need a vacation.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot, like, and my thing is, like, at work, I always want to show up as my best self. And it's not that I'm being fake, but it's just like, I genuinely like what I do and I want to learn. And I know you have to play the game.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to put yourself out there. You got to do shit. So you got to be uncomfortable with comfortable with the uncomfortable to move forward. And it's all about relationships and like just like networking and being with people, and that takes a lot. Even sometimes when I'm around certain people in my circle that are very, very high energy, like that drains the fuck out of me. I literally will be like, I can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll feed into it. Other days I'm just like,
no, I
not
literally,
today.
yeah, I know. There's days where I get like that too, where I'm just like, but sometimes, guys, I can't hide it. I'm like, oh, like I just can't. There's certain people that I just, yeah, no, like it's just funny, like we're talking about that because it's mentally draining. I'm just like, dude, like just like
Yeah.
even at work, like yeah, I'll be like, there's someone talks a lot, guys, and then it's just, and we constantly have to be on calls with this person, and I'm like, dude, like shut up and can we just like get to work, like come on. And it's just even like that, I get, we like, and whenever we have it separately, but there's a group of us that we have to constantly meet with him. After we get off of that, like that call, we all look at each other like we can't, like we literally go like for a walk or something, because it's just again, it's just mentally draining.
We have those, but I'm learning tips and tricks on how to cut them off respectfully and pull the conversation back.
Like it's like,
because it's a lot.
Yeah, but no, and then right now, like I was just thinking because there was a point when she was talking about like, I guess, oh fuck, what were you saying? Like, just one day in the future, like in relationships, whatever, you're gonna see me smirking, just because, guys. I think that's also, again, I guess going back to Annabelle's concert, Annabelle's conversation, what we attract. But guys, that's been one of like my like hardest things that like, not, I guess I was gonna say people, but guys that I've like dated or have talked to, they're so threatened by the fact that, not, I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's threatened or whatever, but they don't like it, that I like being alone, I'm independent, I'm not very like whatever, like, and that's, sometimes I'm like, damn, like it's weird. But when you were saying that, I was like, oh my god, I really hope that one day that we find that. But
I told you, I was like, it's gonna, because bitch, I've mentioned a friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but you're gonna know once I say this, but like one of my friends is very much like you, and now she's in a relationship, and I told you, like, super affectionate, like even I was like, what the fuck? And literally I'm like, it's when it's the right
person
type of thing. And again, like, I feel like another thing, it's like sometimes maybe it's not like threatened, but I think it's also, we've both individually have been through different shit, and it's made us not cold, but we can come on very cold. And I think that is what's threatening, because we're very much like, and I think more so me than you, because I'm like that almost 24/7. And I think you're more, people are not used to you being that way. So when you are like that, people are like, what the fuck? Like,
I think, like, with men, I'm like that 24/7. With relationships, it's changed this year, or it's like slowly changing, which has affected, if not all, almost all of my relationships. Literally every single one. I can only think of one relationship that it hasn't affected. But every single of my other relationships, it's literally affected it, which is crazy. But, and I said this to you, that at that moment, I remember I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, okay, like, it just showed me, it just made me want to prioritize myself even more, because I'm just like, if I'm getting this much pushback and just, I guess, like getting critiqued and telling me, no, you're not supposed to do that because you're supposed to be with me, I'm like, wait, what? So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest lessons too that I've just learned. Like, it's just made me want to be like on my own or just figure that out even more. Yeah, because I was very like, damn.
I remember like when you first started like saying no, and people not being used, and I told you I was like, because for so long, you would, they wouldn't know, but you would like suck it up to please them versus please yourself. And bitch, I would always tell you like, bitch, who gives a fuck? I go, because you're the one suffering at the end of the, and then literally you'd be like, I don't want to fight, and I'm like, bitch, it shouldn't be a fight.
Yeah.
And if it's a fight, then that's a them issue, not a you issue.
And then literally it makes me question, because again, guys, every single relationship that I have, it affected every single one.
Yeah, I think it's more so, it was more of a change because they were so, again, used to you being a certain type of friend.
Yeah.
And again, you never really pushed back ever.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
Yeah.
To keep the peace.
Yeah.
And they got used to it.
Not all of them listening to this right now.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I'm like, well,
it's true.
Yeah.
Like, they're used to it. And then, again, I think it comes from a loving place. Like, they obviously want to spend the time with you, but I think also at the time, some people knew your whys and some people didn't. And I think the ones that knew the whys were more like, I get it, it makes sense in the beginning. But yeah, it's definitely a process.
Yeah,
God damn.
yeah, guys, it's a process. I know that shit's
Loud
loud.
as fuck.
It's so loud.
Not so loud.
I'm like
no,
really,
bitch.
really loud.
I was like, not so loud. Like
really, really loud. I'm like,
Wait,
that's just really, really loud.
Dude, I fucking love that shit. That we still say like really
loud. I know. I'm like, that shit's really, really loud.
That was funny. She's funny.
No, but yeah, guys. So, have you ever thought about? I don't know, not even thought about, but again, it was just something that I generally like this week. Again, it just made me kind of realize that, and I had this conversation with Liz, and I've had it. Who was I talking to? Someone else. They were like, "Damn, Mely, like I see a lot of like just progress, or just even in the way that you're talking." And yeah, like we had that convo, and then there was another conversation I had with this person that if me, like knowing myself, the way that I just handled it was so different. And again, it wouldn't have happened last year, but this year it did. And it's just that, like, it's just the progress. And I guess just dealing with, like Patty said, yourself and your emotions, and it just happens a little bit more because, again, like you're on your way. So not quick, like, it doesn't happen quickly, but it's just, you have time to just process it because you're in your thoughts, you know?
And I've told you, like, I've seen so much growth in you, and I feel like when it was like the thick of like all of our shit, like I said, like I promise it's gonna be worth it, but you just have to keep going. And look,
yeah, because now I'm just like, if it ain't for me, it ain't for me.
Period. You sound like me, bitch.
I'm like, oh, over it.
Literally, where's that meme of the little girl eating spaghetti with scissors? Me, I got time for no bullshit.
Boom. So, I don't know. Let us know your thoughts. Do you like being alone? Or are you someone who constantly has to not be around other people, but do you constantly have to be around other people? Or just, let us know what you think. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. I know a few of you were saying for us to like react to like certain videos. Let us know if you guys want us to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else that you want to say?
No.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys in our next episode.
Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. I literally right now was like, wait.
Comment, like, subscribe. The whole thing, like always, guys.
Follow.
Check out our Instagram accounts. Follow our Instagram.
Don't forget, Mely's going to be at Angel City Market next Thursday. What time?
The event's from 5 to 9, guys. So 5 to 9, Thursday, July 27th. Yeah. But so we'll see you guys in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.